Hello, my name is Adonnika West. I am majoring in communications and media studies and double minoring in sociology and women's and gender studies, and I'm a senior. So I spent most of my high school career in North Carolina. And so senior year of high school, I moved to Indiana. All of my college options were kind of thrown out the window. I found Ball State and looked into their communications program, and it looked like something that I wanted to go into career-wise. It dealt with a jack of all trades. You could put your skills into any market, which was really helpful because I didn't know specifically what I wanted to go into. I think what made me realize I'd be interested in communications was my original idea of what I wanted to do when I grew up was to do something with acting. I'm not sure if that's it now, but I still really like performing. And so one big thing about communications is that you can pretty much presentationally speak, and I really like that aspect of communication, and I heard the communication department was really good. So I feel like what delivered for Ball State was, indeed the communication program lived up to its expectations, because originally when I went into the comm program, I kind of didn't know what it all pertained, but through the comm program, I feel like my presentational skills have literally just skyrocketed. I feel that my skills to talk to other people have definitely helped as well. I think that my writing skills have also really helped because communications, it doesn't sound like it's much of a research-based major, but I've done a lot of research-related papers. It's gotten me also passionate about doing other research projects in the future that I didn't even know was really an opportunity for me. I think when people hear communications, they think it doesn't really mean anything or that it's a really easy major. And while I think it's not the hardest major on the planet, I still think that it gives you so many tangible skills that you can use in the career path, which is why I think so many people find their way to communications or originally go for it. I was talking to a grad director and she was talking about all the different paths that people went in. Some people are working remotely in California through nonprofit organizations, or other people are in HR departments, or they're doing strictly research-based projects, or they're professors. So I feel with communications, it's just something that really can be applied to everything. I think when I originally came here, I was much more reserved as a person. While I still liked performing and being outgoing, it was really only on stage or through a camera lens, and I feel like through communications, I've kind of come out of my shell. And especially academically, I feel with communications, especially the professors, they're so encouraging that it's kind of hard not to feel like you can succeed academically. So I think that my writing has gotten so much better. I feel that my communication skills have gotten so much better. And I just feel that as a student, I can succeed in the career field as well. Last semester, I was in an immersive learning program with Beth Messner. And in that program, I worked with 8 other students. We built up a historical exhibit about the Underground Railroad in Indiana. And something that exhibit did was not only teach me what it would be like to work with a team in real life, but also how to co-lead a group, since I was one of the co-leaders with Maddie and Brooke. And something that did was it helped me learn how to navigate and speak to people in different ways, specifically how to address a problem differently with one person to another, which I think is something that people don't recognize, that everyone has their different styles of accepting criticism, as well as the fact that it just gave me so much research experience. We went in research archives, we went to museums, and I got to connect with the Muncie community like I never have before. I feel like I'm so much more connected to Muncie than I ever had been. So I feel like that experience really helped me grow academically, career-wise, and just as a person. I'd say these past 2 years, I've been way more social with the professors, such as Spencer. I love Spencer. He's a coach for the speech team, and I was briefly in the speech team. And I see him occasionally, and I just feel like he's such an equal to me, which is something that a lot of the professors do, is they make you feel like equals. I'm thinking about going to the grad program, so I've talked to Kathy Dinker, and she's really, really cool. Beth Messer has also been a really good mentor. I feel like out of all the professors, I spent so much more time with her. She recognizes who I am as a student. Another person was Laura O'Hara. She was one of the first comm professors that I feel like really made me realize that I could succeed academically as a comm student. Mary Moore, I feel like her class helped me, like her whole class on listening, just as a baseline, was so interesting. Ashley Coker definitely helped me in my presentational style. I thank her so much because I feel like that my PowerPoints were nothing without her. I know a lot of people were a little frustrated with her class, but I feel like the frustrations is really what made our presentations better. Like, I feel like my presentations would have never been the same without her. I've been on the communications dean's list ever since sophomore year when they presented it to me, and I've really enjoyed being on the dean's list. It's a nice little shout out when you get the email. It has a little celebration for you, so it just makes you feel good. I was nominated for Ball State's Top 100 Students this year, so I'm just waiting on my recommendation letter so that I can apply for that, which is exciting. I was recommended for the immersive learning program, and then I was able to do that, which I think that was a reward of itself to be a part of that. In the sociology realm, I feel that my research has been something that I've been really proud of. Like, I did a policy brief on when the recent abortion ban happened, and I highlighted how it affects not just all women, but it affects women of color and women in poverty more, which is something that I was really passionate about. As well as being asked to do the BSU Big Talk, I think that was probably one of my favorite things I did. The fun thing about that was that you just presented a speech that you already did for Ashley Coker's 375 communication class. And so all you were doing was presenting in front of a live audience, which was something that I'd never done before for a public speech. And so that was probably my favorite thing to do. So besides grad school, because I do think I want to go towards grad school in my next step, I think BSU is closer. I've always loved the magic behind the camera as much as being in front of the camera. I love seeing how everyone works together as a team to build one thing together. Like in social media, we're all communicating on what's going to be most effective, how this design is going to communicate better to audiences than another design. And with videos, I'm also learning so many skills on Adobe, such as Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, and then Adobe Audition, which is strictly sound. So I feel that I definitely would want to go into that realm of filmmaking. My dream job would be to work at an animation studio, not animating because I can't draw, but maybe like in their HR department, or maybe a actor to director, communicator or something like that. So people that really know me might know this, but I think whenever I tell people this, like at my place of work or just randomly, I've shaved my head 2 times, and I'll probably go through it for a third of my life. And I think this is something that I think every woman should do. I think every woman should drastically cut their hair, especially shave their head. It really helps you with body image and your perspective of your own beauty. I feel that every time I shave my head, I never focus on my physical appearance as much because for some reason hair is just so attached to femininity. I feel that through that, shaving my head has also just made me more passionate as a feminist. So I guess that's something that a lot of people don't know about me, is that I love shaving my head, and I am passionate about other women doing it too. I think when you first join Ball State, don't do what I do. Don't hang out in your dorm the whole time. Go out and socialize. Even if it's super scary, join a bunch of clubs that you wouldn't think about joining. Get out there, socialize. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you think you won't make any friends, you will. There's just so many people, you just have to find them.